Hello there guys, and today I bring you a video where I'm going to be talking about all the things that I want to be seeing in FIFA 20. This is going to include things that I want them to change that are already in the game, as well as a long list of things I want them to add in. This is mainly going to be to do with gameplay, or the way the game looks, and it's going to be mainly featured around career mode, the game I play the most, the game mode I play the most. So hope you guys do enjoy. For you guys FIFA fans still on my channel, this is going to be for you guys. I've compiled a massive list, and it should be good to go through and just basically take a look at this sort of football game that EA could actually make it, because it is something quite special when you do actually end up breaking it down, which is what I've done here. Spent about 2 or 3 years compiling this list. I know I've missed some stuff out, but I'll let you guys comment in the comment section down below for any of the other stuff. I've included some of the obvious ones, and then I've also included quite a few of the things that I personally would like to see in the game. This could take a while. I don't know how long it's going to take. We're going to get into this now and speed through some of these things that I definitely want to see in FIFA 20, and more specifically FIFA 20 career mode. So just to start off, I'm going to be going through some of the things that I personally would want in the game. And this is kind of like an odd one, but I basically want it so that you can choose which way you kick each half. Now, I know that's a weird one, but this would actually tie into a few of my other points. You don't want to be kicking towards the away fans in the second half, or whenever I play away on FIFA, I'm always kicking into the place where the away fans are. Say I'm at home, always kicking into the place where the away fans are in the second half, which isn't what you want. You want to be kicking towards your home fans, or where your best fans are, your ultras, in the second half. I just feel as if they've got the way teams kick completely wrong in this game. Another kind of point tying into this is the fans and the ultras I was talking about. I know it's kind of a weird one, but say you're in the PSG ground, for instance, behind that goal, the north goal I think it is, they have a load of fans, and they're mostly male. A lot of them are darker skinned, and I just feel as if it wouldn't be racist, it wouldn't be sexist to just put that in the game. There are some stadiums where there's more women than others. In teams who play in Africa, of course, there's going to be more black people in them. So just put black people in the stadiums. And the same with like Burnley. There's little black fans, and that's just a fact. So I just feel as if they can make it a lot more realistic. And say the PSG, they have drums behind that goal, they have a lot of noise behind that goal. But on FIFA, what you get is just a load of people standing there, all looking the same. They're all in the other grounds. I feel as if they need to improve fans big time. With this, they can end up adding in like specific chants, the chants that the teams have in real life. That'll make it sick. If you went to PSG in a Champions League game, personally for me, say I'm doing a career mode like Real Betis or something, and I go and play the PSG in the Champions League, I don't think, okay, this is a daunting ground, this is going to be a hard match. All I'm thinking is this is going to be a nice pitch to play on, nicer than some of the other ones, bigger, more slick on the game. I just feel as if it's not imposing whatsoever, unlike what it is in real life, and that would be the same for Anfield, etc. They need to get a few things right, kicking the right way. Fans and ultras, I just feel as if they're missing out on that thing big time. Could really improve the authenticity of this game and make it very nice. And then final point for me is going to be on kit numbers. In career mode, when teams sign players, say Liverpool signed Rodri, that's the sort of signing that would happen. He would go there and he'd just take the number 38 shirt, and I just feel as if that of course would never happen. They need to add a little bit more thought behind kit numbers and make it so, especially in La Liga, they are 1 to 25, or they are roughly what it can be. We know that there are obscure kit numbers sometimes. Griezmann's just taking the number 17 shirt at Barca. People wouldn't have been able to predict that, but you do just want to keep it within 1 to 25, or stuff that isn't ridiculous. You don't want like Hummels going to like Man City or whatever he goes on career mode, and him just taking the 38 shirt. In my opinion, that's really ugly and really unprofessional. And now on to some of the more general things, some of the things you guys probably be thinking about. There's also going to be some things that I would have been thinking about too. I've made a long old list here. They're all in a random order, so let's get into it. Training. I hate the way training's done so far. I can see them changing training, but not that well, if I'm being honest. I can see them, improving it a little bit, maybe making it full squad, which is what I want. I hate the way you can only train 5 players at a time. A lot of the time it's less. It's just a bit ridiculous if you think about it. The rest of the team just don't train, and then you need it could be so cool. Training on tactics, training on set pieces. I feel that that's something they need to add to career mode big time. But more importantly, full team training. You can get your squad together. You can say we're doing this today, we're doing that today. That would be a lot better in my opinion. In terms of schedules, how many times have we seen these little images of you've got a cup game and then a league game the next day? And it often happens when there's replays in the FA Cup, the game can't compute that. The schedules are just silly. You have a game on Wednesday, just put it to Sunday and then put the next game to Wednesday again, and then etc. Or you have a Europa League game on Thursday and then they put the league game on Saturday. It's common knowledge that if you play Europa League Thursday, you play league on Sunday. In EA or on FIFA, they don't have that, especially in the latter seasons. They make a right old mess of the schedules. So what I say is, let us edit our own schedules. If people want to put like 2 Clásicos in a row, then go for it. It only affects them. It's not an online game mode. It's not going to affect anyone else. But for us people who just want a nice schedule, that we can literally, all I would do if I got a schedule, I'd let them generate it all, because I don't want to be rigging who I play at what certain time of the year. I'd let them generate it all the groups and everything. What I would literally do is go on, if I had a game on Thursday and the next league game would be on Saturday, I'd move that league game to Sunday, and that's the one. Like, I just feel as if that would make it a whole lot better and a whole lot easier for, you know, resting, and also a lot more realistic. And I want to be talking about the stadiums a little bit. We also just pointed out that, you know, the fans and stadiums are a little bit bad, but I want to talk about stadiums in general. Maybe the way you can upgrade stadiums. You know, there are certain clubs that aren't going to have stadiums for a 10-year period. Maybe they will. Yes, they will. There will be clubs, of course there will. But I feel as if that could be something you could edit. You know, I know a game, Soccer Manager, where you can like increase how well you play at home, or you can increase the maintenance or the revenue you're getting on certain products at home. So yeah, I feel as if you can definitely do a bit of stuff with stadiums. Also in terms of capacity, if you look in La Liga actually, in EA they make it so all the stadiums are full 24/7, when it's just really not the case, you know. In pre-season you should be playing in very small stadiums, and you know that should be a lot better. I'll get on to pre-season later though. But in general La Liga games, say Barcelona were playing away to Celta Vigo, it would be pretty full, but there will be about 3,000 seats empty, and there would also be in the away Barcelona end, there would be very little fans, because in Spain it's incredibly hard to get away tickets unless it's a Clásico where the away ends are full. But if you actually think about it in real life, the away fans in La Liga games are very minimal. So I feel as if, you know, if we had empty stadiums sometimes, the atmosphere was better in stadiums, that'll make it a lot more realistic. You know, in a load of away games, say Alaves comes to the Camp Nou, I know it sounds weird, but they will often take about 30 to 45 fans. I know you guys are probably thinking, what is this, a Sunday League game? It's the fact of it, they will. Something else I want to talk about is the youth academy. You know, I do feel as if they could maybe change that a little bit, but when I'm talking about the youth academy, I'm more talking about youth teams and B teams and under 23 teams and reserve teams. Say I sign a 66 rated player from the academy for Barcelona, I don't want to send him out on loan because I want him to be in my club. But if he's in my club, then he's actually getting 0 apps all season, when in real life he would be playing for Barca B or Juvenil A. They should include much more youth teams, make it, you know, under 23 sides in the Premier League, for example. That'll make things a lot better in our opinion. You know, you could use these players, and if there's a player who's had a great season in the under 23s, then next season he'd be in the first team, just like in real life. You know, Ricky Puig, for example, for Barcelona. He's now in the first team this season because he's had a great season at Barcelona B. You know, that simple front team as well, that happens. You look at Mason Mount, he's brought up the ranks for Chelsea, and you know, in FIFA, if you're signing a youth player, they're not going to play unless you're at a really low club. If you sign a youth player for Barcelona, they're not going to play, and that's the simple thing about it. But in real life, they would be playing actually regularly a lot. Something EA also needs to touch on is the international teams. I don't like how it's done right now. Thank God you can now change international kit numbers, because before that was ridiculous. You know, you had players in the national team with the number 37 shirt on. Disgusting. It's 1 to 23 national team, and that's that. But they need to add a lot more to national teams. If you're a national team manager on FIFA, you need to be able to see who's had a good season and who am I going to pick in my side, not just doing it by ratings in this pool of players they give you. There's no in-depth stats as to who's been performing well this season, who runs the most for your side, who does this, who does that. No specifics. They should be giving you full reports on players who've made breakthrough seasons, players who've been poor this season. So Isco's had a poor season like he did in real life. If I was picking the national team, I wouldn't pick him, and I'd pick someone like Fabian or Oyarzabal in replacement, because they've been better this season, they're younger, and they suit me more. But in FIFA, you just look at the ratings and you just put them in. There's no in-depth analysis, so you can't really pick the national teams well enough. If they added that thing into FIFA, that would be really, really cool. Yeah, another thing that simply has to be added into career mode is changing kits each year. Having the same kit year and end is extremely realistic and very, very annoying. If they're worried of people making, you know, weird kits with like rainbows all over them, or like, you know, weird patterns, why are you worried? It's an offline career mode, it's not going to be affecting anyone else. So I really don't know why EA won't add this in, to be able to change your kit each year for people like me, and people I know who will make, you know, lovely kits and will make them nice and, you know, realistic to what they could actually be in real life. And I feel as if that would make career mode so much better, being able to change your kits each year. I know they've improved stuff on kits. You know, if you win a Champions League, you know, the little patch on the side, it'll add like another number on compared to basically match up to how many you've won in total now. But you know, if you could change kits each year, how cool would that be, guys? You know, I think everyone can agree with that. It'd be very realistic as well. What's the thing about commentators? You know, we only ever have Martin Tyler, Alan Smith for every game. You know, you do a career mode in Colombia, and you're going to have Martin Tyler and Alan Smith if you're playing in England. Come on, I just feel as if we should add a few more commentators into the game. I know it's hard. I know, you know, you have to get a lot of commentary for it, but just having Martin Tyler and Alan Smith is a little bit annoying. And then in the Champions League, you've got the other two, of course. You know, Lee Dixon and the other one. In terms of broadcasting, this actually ties in with the commentators. You know, every game being on EA TV it really gets to me. I don't like that at all. You know, I feel as if in pre-season, for example, if you're doing a Chelsea career mode, you could have that on Chelsea TV maybe, and that's a hard one to add in. But just a thought. You know, La Liga, a lot of their games are shown on BN Sports or Premier Sports. That could be really, really cool to add in my opinion, but you know, we always have just the same package. It's all on EA TV. Really annoying in my opinion. Another thing that needs to be looked at in manager mode is the fact that you can't basically get new managers. You know, Valverde will be at Barca in 2030, Pochettino will be at Spurs in 2030, Guardiola will be at Man City in 2030. There are no managerial changes, there's no board bust-ups, there's no nothing like that. Very unrealistic, and the manager just stays with the club that he's at forever. So Sarri, if he did a career mode this year, would just be at Chelsea, even though he just left, you know. But in a career mode, he'd be at Chelsea until like 2030. In my opinion, that's ridiculous. Not having manager changes is just silly, you know. Having managers spend 10-year periods at club, extremely unrealistic, and that's something that needs to change. On the topic of managers, I think it's us in the manager mode, or when you pick manager career, you should be able to basically assign your staff. You come into a club and the board should tell you this, the board should tell you that, the board should tell you I want to sign this player, and you can go, I don't know about that, I think I want to sign this player, and then you have bust-ups with the board. So the board give you a budget for the season, you're not happy that Benitez and you get to leave to another club. You come in, you get to assign staff, you say I want this guy as my scout because when I've been in previous clubs, he's been very, very, very good for me. Or you can buy new scouts, you can assign new staff. In my opinion, that would be really, really cool. And yeah, that's the final point I wanted to touch on today, guys. Being able to assign staff for you guys. I've gone through a lot there. Hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like in the video if you did. And yeah, that was basically my list of things I want to see in FIFA 19 and more specifically, or FIFA 20, sorry, and more specifically FIFA 20 career mode. We got through quite a lot there. Let me know if I missed anything out. I'm sure I did. In the comment section down below. Just thinking off the top of my head now, you know, under 21 teams for the national teams, that'll be sick. Under 19 teams, seeing who performs well there, and then being able to put them in your full national team that we spoke on earlier. There's so much they can add. You know, just going through that list now makes me think like, wow, what a game we could have here. Imagine if all those things were in career mode, guys. Imagine how cool it would be. Imagine how enjoyable it would be. You know, you would really get the buzz off playing it each year, because you wouldn't just go in and think, who am I signing? Let's play the next season. That's literally what career mode is now. Get into the new season, see who you want to sign, and then play. Really, it should be, you know, who's in my staff? Am I happy at this club with the board? Who's leaving? Are there any big busts up in the club that I need to deal with? What's going on with the training facilities, etc, etc, etc. You know, thinking of new tactics for the new season. That 4-3-3 didn't work last season, or we scored 0 goals off of set pieces last season. I'm going to change that on the training ground. But there's nothing like that. You just play and play and play, and it's really annoying in my opinion. And I just think with the budget they have, with the things they could do with the game, some of these changes aren't hard at all. They really aren't hard at all. That's why I added them in. You know, some of the ones I understand, you know, the broadcasting packages, they can't just go and take licenses off whatever they want. I understand that. But yeah, I tried going for a little more nuanced list, or a list that, you know, maybe people wouldn't be thinking about, because I know the classics are, you know, new faces, new broadcasting packages, etc, etc, and that's basic. I just feel as if they have to have that in any way. I try to think about other things that would make the game really, really cool and exciting to play each year. But yeah, sorry for rambling on a little bit there, guys. I'll see you guys very, very soon for some more football videos. We'll be speaking Barca, Chelsea and Spain in the next few months. Goodbye.